This is my first time with my friend back. This, this is this one love that I just tell this man. Look at this. Hello. That's here. Wow. What this? Oh my god, that's so cute. That's almost cute, I think. Hmm. This one. This looks cute. But it doesn't look anything like that. Cause I'm stupid. Let me teleport to the Mugarira. Accept. My favorite friend. Where? In cut. This one first. No, I want to do the swimming pool. Nah. Right. That one, no, where's it? I don't know. No, I want this. Yes. No. No. Wow, look at my house. Look at it. So cute. Doo-doo. Look at my house. Come on to city. I'm sorry. Cut it, wait. Hello. Look, look.
Pusa mo bakit at kailan mo?
Perfect na.
Gumawa lang.
What's it did? Run after me. Man, why?
Init po.
That's what. So many guys for it. Mine. In the basement. Downstairs. Basement. Dynamic.
Yan, wala.
Ano ba yun? Yung kuryente, walang power. Hindi na yung mga... I think we should give Selena sauce in the...
This is me. Not everyone likes me.
Stay with me, please. Hi.
Do you know who the dumbest character in Demon Slayer is? What about who's the tallest, the oldest, or what about the most beautiful? Well, today I'll go over every single record holder in Demon Slayer. So, let's get started with the record holder for the absolute dumbest character in the series. And yeah, that's easily Inosuke. And honestly, it's not even really his fault. I mean, he was literally raised by boars. Yep, seriously. He straight up lived with the boars in the mountains, so he's basically got the brain of a boar. Like we see when he literally tries to fight a train, or when he just stopped thinking mid-fight because he seriously just didn't like how he started strategizing during the battle. Or how about when he tried to fight Giyu even though he was super injured? Oh, and we obviously gotta mention when the father spider demon ran away to heal, but Inosuke thought he was scared of him, so he started laughing, which just let the demon recover and come back to almost kill him. But the dumbest thing of all, Inosuke just can't get Tanjiro's name right. Seriously, he says Kenpachiro, Manchiro, or even Kamaboko Gonpachira. That's not even close. So yeah, Inosuke's the dumbest, but who's the smartest? Well, I know a lot of you thought about Muzan. And yeah, he's smart, but his PTSD of getting killed makes him way dumber than he is. Like, why didn't he let Doma go to the Swordsmith village? Or why did he go alone to the Ubuyashiki mansion when he could have just taken the Upper Moons with him? Yeah, he's done a lot of just weird, stupid stuff. So instead, let's talk about Kagaya, because Kagaya has an ability that's straight up OP. Foresight. Yeah, he can basically see the future with his instincts. Like, he can make insanely accurate predictions that turn out to be true, like how he knew Muzan's true weakness was the sun, and that decapitation wouldn't kill him. Or that Muzan would eventually come for him and start the final war between demon slayers and demons, telling Gyome that Muzan would arrive in just 5 days. So even though there's a lot of smart characters in the series, Kagaya and his foresight has to take the crown as the absolute smartest. But talking about smarts and IQ, let's talk battle IQ. And most of you guys thought about Tanjiro, right? I mean, we literally see him in episode 1 almost kill the Water Hashira by using his insane battle IQ to trick him. Or when he tricked Gyutaro by disguising the scent of the wisteria-laced kunai with an incense bag in order to land a surprise attack on him, which seriously almost killed him as well. He even figured out how Akaza's compass worked. So yeah, Tanjiro's got some crazy battle IQ. But honestly, Tengen's battle IQ is even better. And that's all thanks to his musical score technique. Yeah, using his insane hearing together with both his ridiculous battle IQ and his sound breathing, Tengen literally reads his opponent's movements like sheet music. So once he's got their rhythm down, he completely breaks them apart, reading his opponent's habits, tactics, and their blind spots. Like he almost took down Gyutaro by himself, even after losing a hand and being seriously poisoned. Plus, let's not forget he's a former shinobi, meaning he's got years of experience making split-second calls. Like when he literally stopped his own heart to fake his death just to fool Gyutaro, which gave him enough time to complete his insane musical score technique. But okay, enough about brains, let's instead talk about looks. Specifically, the most beautiful woman in the series. Some of you will probably say Mitsuri, some of you might say Shinobu, or maybe even one of Tengen's wives. But nope, the most beautiful woman in the series is Ume. Before she became the demon we all know as Daki, Ume was known throughout the entire entertainment district for her ridiculous beauty. Yeah, both men and women would literally stop just to look at her incredibly beautiful face. And if she smiled, she would literally be given things. And after she started working in one of the entertainment district's high-class brothels, she made a fortune by just showing up, as her looks alone were enough to attract crowds of customers. So, we know who the most beautiful woman is, but what about the most beautiful man? And come on, you already know who it is. Inosuke. Yep, as soon as that boar mask comes off, boom, you literally get shocked by his incredibly pretty face. Like, people literally mistake him for a girl. Although, yeah, he's got an insanely ripped body. Anyway, even Daki said he's got a very beautiful face, which is why she wanted to capture him and eat him, as Daki literally only wants to eat people she thinks are exceptionally beautiful. So, I guess that's a compliment. And don't forget when the madam of the Ogamoto house bumped into Inosuke, disguised as Inoko, and instantly took him in, as she thought he was literally gorgeous. So, although you probably shouldn't tell Inosuke that he's beautiful, he's gotta be the most beautiful man in the series. Now, who's the tallest in the series? That title goes to none other than Gyome. This guy's literally a giant, standing at a massive 220 centimeters, or if you're using freedom units, that's about 7 feet 2.5 inches. So just imagine being a demon and running into this huge muscly beast. One swing of his spiked flail and axe, and boom, you're gone. Moving on from the tallest character to one of the shortest characters. The record holder for the shortest Hashira goes to Shinobu, as she's just 151 centimeters tall, that's 4 feet 11.5 inches. Plus, she only weighs 37 kilograms, that's 82 pounds. So yeah, she's tiny, and because of that, she can't even cut off a demon's head as she's just too weak. However, she's still OP. Like, she can take out just about any demon with her poison. And even though I said she's got weak arms, her thrusting and stabbing power is insane. Like, we literally saw her pierce a boulder in half. But talking about height, we also gotta talk about age. And the oldest character in the entire series is, of course, Muzan. Even though he looks like a 19-year-old since he became a demon at 19, he's actually over 1,000 years old. Yeah, over 1,000 years ago, Muzan was just a regular human suffering from a terminal illness. But after taking this experimental medicine, he transformed into a demon. And although he became insanely strong and it cured his terminal illness, sunlight became his weakness. So from that moment, Muzan became obsessed with finding a way to conquer the sun and walk in the sunlight. Because even with all that power, he saw himself as imperfect, and that obsession would literally consume him for the next 1,000 years. Now, staying with the oldest characters, we've got the oldest Hashira, and that's Gyome. Gyome is 27 years old, and he's actually been a Hashira for 8 years. But here's the crazy part. Before becoming a Hashira, Gyome was locked up and about to be executed for supposedly killing 7 kids. But that wasn't the truth at all. What really happened was that a demon attacked, and while 6 kids sadly didn't make it, Gyome fought with everything he had and managed to save at least 1, which eventually led Kagaya to see his strength, free him from his charges, and make him a Hashira. Anyway, we've got the oldest Hashira, so what about the youngest Hashira? Well, that's Muichiro Tokito. And get this, he's only 14 years old. But even though he's only 14, he's insanely strong. Like, he's literally known as a prodigy. And Rengoku even said he was way stronger than he was at 14. Plus, it only took Muichiro 2 months after picking up a sword to become a full-on Hashira. Like, even Tengen was completely shocked by Muichiro's skills. Now let's literally pick up the pace and talk about who the fastest character is. And yeah, that title easily goes to Zenitsu. With his thunder breathing and his signature move, First Form Thunderclap and Flash, Zenitsu can decapitate demons faster than they can even react. His speed is just unreal, and when you think he can't possibly get faster, he cranks it up with his Godspeed attack when he fights Daki in the entertainment district. And then, when he fights Kaigaku, he becomes even faster, using his very own 7th form god of fire and thunder, dashing so insanely fast that Kaigaku doesn't even realize what hit him, while Zenitsu sliced him down in a flash of lightning shaped like a freaking dragon. So okay, Zenitsu's the fastest, but that's thanks to his breathing style. So who's the fastest if it's just running speed? Well, then it's obviously Tengen. Yeah, this guy's speed is just ridiculous. We've seen him straight up vanish the moment he takes off, leaving Tanjiro and the others literally shocked by his incredible speed. Like they don't have a chance of catching up to him. So Tengen's running speed is on a whole other level. But instead of the fastest, let's talk about the slowest. And I think a lot of you guys will be shocked at this one, because the slowest character, that's Mitsuri. Yep, you see, when the Hashira had a race, she came dead last. Sure, we've all seen her running, and she looks pretty fast, right? But here's the thing, we all also know how much she loves food. Like she just eats so ridiculously much food. So when the Hashira had their race, it literally looked like she had just eaten. And as she's literally always stuffing her face, she just can't be running, and that's why she ends up as the slowest. Moving on, let's talk about who's the most loved character by the others in the series. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking of Rengoku, right? And yeah, no one has a bad word to say about this guy. He's just always happy, respectful, and just radiates positivity. The Junior Corps members literally admire him. He's just that inspiring and charming. Plus, he's also an insanely strong demon slayer, so he's not only loved, but he's also respected by literally everyone around him. Still, someone who's even more loved than Rengoku is Mitsuri. She's literally a ray of sunshine. She's always smiling, always cheerful, and her energy is so contagious that just looking at her makes you smile too. On top of that, she's super easy to talk to, as she'll listen, cheer you up, and just brighten your whole day without even trying. That's why all the Hashira absolutely adore her, and nobody's got a bad word to say as they all genuinely care about her. But talking about the most loved character, we've got to talk about the most hated. He's only 14 years old. Always stuffing her face, she just can't be running, and that's why she ends up as the slowest. Moving on, let's talk about who's the most loved character by the others in the series. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking of Rengoku, right? And yeah, no one has a bad word to say about this guy. He's just always happy, respectful, and just radiates positivity. The Junior Corps members literally admire him. He's just that inspiring and charming. Plus, he's also an insanely strong demon slayer, so he's not only loved, but he's also respected by literally everyone around him. Still, someone who's even more loved than Rengoku is Mitsuri. She's literally a ray of sunshine. She's always smiling, always cheerful, and her energy is so contagious that just looking at her makes you smile too. On top of that, she's super easy to talk to, as she'll listen, cheer you up, and just brighten your whole day without even trying. That's why all the Hashira absolutely adore her, and nobody's got a bad word to say as they all genuinely care about her. But talking about the most loved character, we've got to talk about the most hated. And I know you're thinking I'm gonna pick Doma. So ridiculously much food. So when the Hashira had their race, it literally looked like she had just eaten. Who is Mitsuri? I'm gonna pick Doma, right? A of sunshine. She's always smiling, always cheerful, and her energy is so contagious that just looking at her makes you smile too. On top of that, she's super easy to talk to, as she'll listen, cheer you up, and just brighten your whole day without even trying. That's why all the Hashira absolutely adore her, and nobody's got a bad word to say as they all genuinely care about her. But talking about the most loved character, we've got to talk about the most hated. And I know you're thinking I'm gonna pick Doma, right? I mean, yeah, he's this super scary and insanely powerful demon who's killed countless of people and is just straight